It is 2 minutes past 10 o'clock and it is the 10th of October 2019. My name is Patricia. This is News Tonight. But before we get into the details of the bulletin, let's first have the headlines. In our top stories tonight, President Museveni is in Ethiopia to attend the inauguration ceremony of Unity Park. Parliament procured vehicles for Commonwealth Conference and to be part of the national stock.
I'm happy to say that the cars will become part of not only the Parliament fleet, but now become the part of the national stock.
And in sports, Magogo admits to corruption in ticket sale, banned from football. Museveni has arrived in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, for a two-day working visit at the invitation of the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia, who received him today on arrival at Addis Ababa's Bole International Airport. Now, during his stay in the country, President Museveni will attend the inauguration ceremony of Unity Park, among other engagements. President Museveni was seen off earlier today in the morning at Entebbe International Airport by the head of public service and secretary to cabinet, John Mitala, the deputy commander of the defense forces, Major General Wilson Mbadi, assistant inspector general of police, Major General Mzee Sabiti, and the acting director of human rights in Uganda prisons, David Ahimbesiwe. And as we cross over to Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament has given an update of what transpired during the Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference. And of course, delegates managed to plant trees across the country. And the economy also benefited from this conference. As Ivan Kahwa reports, Parliament awaits the Auditor General's report to account for the expenditure of this event.
Okay, thanks.
The 64th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference delegates planted over 1,630 trees as one of the resolutions to manage climate change. The planted trees shall be named after the 64th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference across the country.
They planted at Gaba, they planted at the Equator, they planted in Kozi University, they planted at Kaguru, they planted at a number of schools, they planted in Jinja. So wherever they planted, we are going to establish to name it the 64th CPC Conference Forest. So we didn't just talk, something really happened and they left trees in this country.
The Parliament of Uganda, on the other hand, is showing interest in the post-legislative scrutiny that arose during the Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference, as well as adopting the agreed resolution.
Because here we scrutinize the bills before they're enacted into law, but their jurisdiction where they actually follow the law to see whether it's being implemented and also propose changes. It's a new area and I found it interesting, and I think that we shall discuss it here and see, do we need to do it or we leave it to operate as we have been doing.
The presence of over 500 delegates played a fundamental role in Uganda's economy, and the Speaker confirms that some delegates are still in the country.
We ensured that there was a market at Speak Resort Munyonyo. And instead of delegates running to the city, in between sittings, they went to the market to buy many things. You know, and there are many others. So people actually got money. If you went to the people went on the excursion, they spent money at the Equator. They spent money at the source of the Nile. They spent money in Kabul. That money remained in Uganda. It did not come to Parliament or to Rebecca Kadaga.
Meanwhile, The vehicles procured by Parliament to necessitate the movement of delegates during the conference are now part of the national stock and will be used for different activities. The Auditor General is expected to come up with a comprehensive report on the overall expenditure of the 64th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News at Parliament.
Thank you very much there, Ivan Kahwa. Now, as we cruise over to the education sector, females have performed better than males in the June-July 2019 Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board. Female candidates also maintained a lead in completion rate of 69.6% in 2018 and 75.1% in 2019. Let's have more in this report.
Minister for Higher Education, Dr. Christopher Muyingo, has promised that government has funds to improve infrastructure and remuneration of vocational and technical education institutions. He was releasing results of Uganda Business and Technical Education in Kampala.
We have recently acquired a financial facility from the Islamic Development Bank to expand, refurbish and equip 8 vocational institutions.
Muyingo says that government earmarked funding to technical education in the bid to promote skills development.
We are putting a lot of money there so that it becomes a center of excellence to support these other small institutes to improve on the performance and the delivery of TVET services.
Out of the 5,656 candidates who sat UBTEB exams of June-July 2019, 4,023 passed, while results for 16 candidates have been withheld.
The technical centers were 39, business centers were 113, and physical and biological centers were 23. A total of 27,043 candidates registered for the examinations. 21,697, which represents 88%, turned up for the examinations, while 5,309, which is approximately 20%, missed some papers in one or more examinations.
UBTEB chairperson, Engineer Silva Mugisha, says the Business and Technical Examinations Board will engage private and government employment sectors to absorb the human resource.
We need to strengthen the industrial training policy and require the industry to take on these trainees, to take on these students and train them. The same model like what the doctors are using. The doctors normally go for internship. Skills are not taught in school. Skills are acquired through working.
The female candidates, though very few, have maintained a lead in completion rate of 69.6% in 2018 and 75.1% in 2019. Dorcas Kimono and Henry Muganga, UBC TV News.
And in the health sector, the management of Mulago Hospital has warned that many people will not access specialized medicines that are not supplied by government. The executive director, Dr. Batirana Vyarugaba, says that there are 2 private pharmacies in Mulago Hospital which are regulated to stock only medicines that are not supplied by government.
Earlier this month, President Yoweri Museveni ordered for the closure of all private pharmacies operating in government hospitals. He based on the concern that private pharmacies are owned by health workers who allegedly steal government drugs and are stocked in their pharmacies. But Mulago Hospital management has fear that many people will not access specialized medicines which are not supplied by government.
We are moving into treating more complicated diseases and doing complex surgeries. Now, these complicated diseases and surgeries require very good medications. They require good medications, they require implants, they will require also some prostheses, and these are not being availed by government as of now. This is because the monies which we get from government and in the national medical stores are for essential medicines and essential health supplies. I would like you to mark the word essential medicines and essential health supplies. These essential things are for immunization, for diarrheal diseases, for fevers, malaria, and so forth. But they are not going to handle complicated diseases like those who have CMV, cytomegalovirus pneumonia, whose treatment, ganciclovir, one viral, will cost about $1 million.
Mulago Hospital Management clarifies that there are 2 private pharmacies which are regulated to stock only specialized medicines.
There may not be there drugs that dissolve clots, the thrombolytic drugs that dissolve clots may not, for example, be there. You come with a clot in the heart, how do you resolve it? Or the clot is in the lung, how do you resolve it? It is not part of the essential medicine and essential health supplies. The doctor diagnoses that one, you pack, you just die. So we needed these drugs to be near. You know, you are in a theater and you see that somebody has got it to heart attack, you require a drug, it is not there. So how do you get it? You want to get it to say, walk to 1 degree, get it. Now it is just pick. Mr. W, bring this drug here. The drug comes. Even before you talk about the cost, you have given the drug and the patient's life is there. Then you can negotiate the cost when the drug is there. That is why we wanted the private component to be there.
The patients in the private wing will also be affected as procurement procedures will be followed to acquire medicines.
But the most unfortunate bit of it is that when the government buys drugs, you follow the procurement regulations. Now the procurement regulations may not easily allow you to go and pick a drug that is not available today. A drug is over now, you don't just quickly run and say, let me go and just buy it in town and come. You have got to advertise, you have got to follow the procurement regulations and so forth, which if you have got a private wing pharmacy that has got a private component, you don't go through those bureaucracy. And that is exactly what we have. We don't go through those bureaucracy to acquire any medicine or any prosthesis that we want at any time to use it on a patient. Suppose you are on the ward, you are in theater, and when a patient is already on the table, you will find that you require a particular drug. If you are to follow the normal regulations, it's difficult to get that drug. But
although Mulago Hospital will comply with the President's directive, the entity has to seek legal opinion since the contracts with the 2 private pharmacies are still running.
These pharmacies, a number of people are going to die. Others, of course, will suffer morbidity because they have been getting drugs, good drugs from this. And these drugs may not be very, very square, so those people will die. The other issue is that, of course, we have signed contracts with these people, and we shall definitely ask the Attorney General and the Solicitor General to guide us.
They are given contracts of 3 to 5 years. Adiana Kuti, UBC.
Now, the soldier who is said to have hoisted the Uganda flag on October 9th, 1962 is suffering a stroke. The 77-year-old retired Major Akoremo Kanuti, now bedridden at his home village of Omatenga in Kumi district, needs money for treatment. As Ahabiona Francisco reports, retired Major Kanuti can neither talk nor walk.
As the national anthem played, the British flag, the Union Jack, was formally lowered, ending the 68 years of British rule. The Uganda national anthem followed, and the Uganda flag raised, marking the birth of a new nation. It was midnight of October 9th, 1962, when this now retired soldier Major Akoremo Kanuti hoisted the Uganda flag. When still energetic, Major Kanuti recounts the event.
As I was in the army, when I came back from Britain, the Uganda government asked me to participate in hosting the flags.
All this is no more. Retired Major Akoremo Kanuti suffers a stroke. His right hand is lifeless, and he can neither walk nor talk. The 77-year-old lives at the house UPDF built in his honor at his home in Omatenga village, Kumi district. A lone photograph in the sitting room is a relic of once energetic Major Okorimo Kanuti. He suffered a stroke early June and his family has to incur expenses for treatment. He needs transport and shillings 400,000 to visit Mbale Hospital every 2 weeks. His wife, Florence Agwang, takes care of him.
Even before he fell sick to this level, Papa used never to have any way of getting income to support the family.
Retired Major Okorimo Kanuti is always lifted from the bedroom by family members to meet visitors. He grasps for breath to speak, bows his head more often, and mutters why he has been left alone. His words do not connect.
I'm not annoyed because if I started making voice.
His daughter, Carolina Dong, stays at home to assist her father. The medical forms show Kanuti was diagnosed with a stroke.
So now they are taking him every month after 2 weeks to the review in Soroti. They need a transport, but we just can try. Anyway, let me say, this coming 2 weeks, we don't know where we're going to get the transport to taking him back there.
The home, though looks well built, it is bushy and abandoned, as the family shares thick and thin. He needs pampers, fruits, bread, milk.
At least they had from government, from all the people of Uganda as a nation, people of Teso as his children, and the community around to support the family to take care of him.
But the village vividly remembers the service Okorimo rendered on the day Uganda got independence.
I heard that when the Mzee Major Kanuti Okorimo pulled down the flag, we were happy because the government of these Europeans were thrown.
Abiona Francisco, UBC News in Kumi.
Surely we can all try to do something to help this gentleman. We're going for a short break, but when we do return, business is up next.
Every dream has a challenging journey. Ours began in 1998 with a mission to drive the development of a robust communications sector in Uganda. We created structures to champion the dream. We've evolved, made discoveries, supported great minds, empowered Ugandans, and fostered a vibrant culture, enabling communication for all. Down the years, we've created memories and networks, uniting generations and building great partnerships. Together, we can go even further. UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
Reward, check target, dial star 1625, get 100% on data and bonus, win instantly with Mega Masape, just recharge and hit your target, Katiricha Wati,
Mega Masape from Airtel is back, and everyone, we mean everyone, gets a bonus. All you have to do, check your target, recharge, get 100% bonus on data and minutes. Dial star 162 hash today to know your target.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pain Arena. Introducing on the right corner, Mr. Action, the reigning heavyweight champion in the ring against
the Headache, the #1 contender. And the bell rings.
Headache charges forward with a steady right and a left hook. Action dodges. He misses out with an inch. Wait a minute. Mr. Action launches back with a kick. The final blow. He is out.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
333. What's up with number 3? It's 3 at Airtel and not 4 anymore. It's 3 shillings per second across all networks in Uganda.
Make
calls from Airtel to all networks at 3 shillings per second. Get to talk to anyone on any network anytime at 3 shillings per second.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Airtel is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back. It's time for business as we start off with the telecommunication network. Airtel Uganda has come out to apologize for the network downtime that occurred yesterday on Independence Day, which happened between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. Mark Arnold reports.
Customers and agents of Airtel Uganda were negatively affected by a 6-hour network downtime in the evening of 9th of October, Independence Day.
Nakizudde sawa zabadde sawa nga 2 awo ate nga bakasitoma bajja nga mbagamba teri netiwaaka nemba nga nsubiddwa bajjayo ssente nemba nga bizinesi yange nga tenkolera.
Gawadde kuno ogenda wali ogenda ku mobile money okujjako ssente ne baga nti netiwaaka tekuli. Airtime njagala okussako nkubire omwana andeetere ssente ankolera airtime esimu nga teziyitamu.
All data, call and mobile money operations were inaccessible. However, Airtel Uganda has come out to apologize, asserting that the network is back and running.
It was due to a technical disruption, but unfortunately it has all been restored, and I can confidently say by about 7 o'clock it was back to normal. It had been restored, and I can confidently say that our services are right now running smoothly, both voice and data.
Customers still experiencing technical issues have been advised to follow various prompts.
In case there is any customer out there who is still experiencing any issue, either first of all switch off your phone, then switch it back on, or please contact our formal channels, that is through Facebook or through email or through our customer service agents, or just dial 100 and you'll speak to a customer care agent who will advise you on the way forward.
Airtel Uganda boasts of being Uganda's fastest growing telecom network, with over 10 million subscribers. For UBC, Wadulo Mark Arnold in Kampala.
Welcome to the sports desk. Now, FIFA has banned the president of Uganda's Football Federation for 2 months over resale of tickets for 2014 World Cup. The FIFA ethics judges whose seat in Zurich found Magogo guilty of corruption despite plea of innocence. FIFA says its ethics judges ratified a plea bargain by Moses Magogo, an elected member of the Confederation of African Football Executive Committee. Magogo has also agreed to pay a 10,000 Swiss francs fine, having been found guilty of the act. Magogo allegedly profited from rule-breaking resales. Among the allocation of 177 tickets FIFA thought were for fans in Uganda. A formal complaint in Uganda by Alan Sewanyana, a member of parliament, clarified that the alleged tickets for games in Brazil were sold by American and South African agents. This is not the first time cases of mismanagement of funds have been raised in FIFA. Earlier on during the Africa Cup of Nations tournament, Cranes players went on strike over allowances despite government giving more than 10 billion shillings to FIFA for preparations. Now, the National Beach Soccer Association is constructing a temporary beach soccer field in Jeru, Jinja, to boost the national beach soccer team's activities and camps.
Tukolera enkulakulana y'omupiira ate bwe njogera ku mupiira ntegeeza ebika by'omupiira gwonna waliwo omupiira football 11 aside waliwo beach soccer kati olwaleero gwe tuliko wano nti akakiiko kafufa akafuzi executive committee kasalawo nti tulina okufuna ekisaawe wano ekya omusenyu enjeru. So yensonga lwaki nti basazeewo fundinga project eno gye mulaba nti ekifo kino tugenda teekawo omusenyu kubeera nga tusobola okuzanyirawo omuzannyo gwa beach soccer. National team esobola okuba nga esobola okujja ne campinga wano nebeera nga esobola okweteekerateekera empaka ez'enjawulo ate ne side zeri courses ezenjawulo ez'abali free ez'aba coach ezibasobola okujja ne zibeera wano nga bakozesa ekisaawe kino ekiri mu tteekebwawo nti kiba kituyamba.
Still in sports, Uganda Premier League reigning champions KCCA FC return into action this Friday with a poor run after failing to secure victory in their last 3 games. KCCA lost to Toro United and Bull FC in the last encounters, as we hear more.
It's disappointing because we are a scoring team, and unfortunately we have conceded. But like I said, that happens. We have to see that we score goals and win matches. You see, the solution is simple. Get those chances, tuck them away, you know, and then you win the game. You know, be more organized defensively. Don't give away silly mistakes. Don't make silly mistakes. And those are the things the lads have to correct, you know, individually. So, other than that, I still assure you, there is no pressure at all. If we were playing badly, we would be under pressure. But we're not playing badly. We're not playing badly, but we're not being results. So if we're not creating chances, then we would be worried. Because the way we play, we're supposed to create chances.
Now that does bring us to the very end of News Tonight at 8. Our next bulletin will come your way at 10 o'clock. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mogalo Mohammed has been on sign language. Stay tuned.
My name is Mkayo Hannington, winner of the NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 2.
Congratulations, Hannington!
I used my winnings to boost my agricultural production and give a chance to the people in my community to work.
So join us this year for the 3rd season of the NSSF Friends with Benefits, as 16 Ugandans share inspirational stories on how they use their NSSF benefits to do life-changing